Questions for everybody. Number one, how many of you are physically active for at least 30 minutes every day? And this does not mean running back and forth to your classes. It means actually changing your clothes, raising your heart rate, and getting a little sweaty. Okay, one. Don't. Okay, one. And how many of you have a pair of runners? Yes, right on. Okay, this makes this way easier. Okay, so I clearly have a little bit of work to do today. But today's goal is to change your attitudes and to persuade you to get active by going for a run. I will explain some of the benefits of running. I will clear up any concerns or negative thoughts geared towards running or the sport. And I will finish with talking about goals and rewards from going for a run. So, though there are many benefits of going for a run, I'm going to talk about three main ones that I think are very, very important. Number one is maintaining a good physical health. Improving your physical health. Number two is maintaining a good mental health. And number three is all the social benefits. So improving your physical health is my main motivation to go out and go for a run. Most people think that it's just like a leg workout or a lower body workout, but you're actually getting a core workout as well as your arms. So your core, obviously we know when we sit up straight, we're contracting our abs. And when you're running, for every step, your lower abs are getting a great workout. And for your arms, I put that you run with 90-degree angle, but we don't run like that. So basically we run like this. For the most part, we don't run like this. And when we put our arms back, we're contracting our triceps, forward biceps. So overall, after I'd say a week of running, we will see definition in your shoulders, improvements in your upper and lower arms, and sit-ups will seem way, way easier. So, as for maintaining a good mental health, depression is becoming more and more prevalent in our society, and getting active is one of the main treatment suggestions. On the Canadian Mental Health Association website, it explains how exercise can reduce anxiety, anger, tension, and fatigue. It also explains what are called endorphins, and I'm really, really happy that Rebecca touched on them because it makes it a lot easier to explain them today. So, the Stedman's Medical Dictionary explains them as any of a group of peptide hormones that bind to opiate receptors, mainly found in the brain. And endorphins reduce the sensation of pain, and they affect the emotions. So to break it down a little bit more, like Rebecca said before, they're natural pain relievers. They imitate what morphine does, and also actually what heroin does. When people smoke heroin, they get that feeling of the endorphin release. I have never done that, but I can explain to you the best way that I know how to feel endorphins, and that is going for a run. Words cannot explain, and I cannot emphasize more how you guys really need to go out and try it. It's a great feeling. American Heritage Science Dictionary explains that prolonged continuous exercise contributes to an increased production of endorphins, and some people, the subsequent runner's high. And this was one of my favorite things to read because you can go out and do exercise. You can go golfing, or you can play baseball, or you can do anything, but it's prolonged exercise that get the runner's high. So you could just go for a run, and you can feel that high and that great feeling. And one of the things that I did want to mention in here was how great I feel when I come back and how easy it is to study. I do all my homework and everything after I've gone for a run, and the clear-headedness that you get, it works wonders for me. Like, I get really crowded in my brain, if anybody can understand that. And it's always going. But after a run, I've kind of vented, I've gotten that energy out, and I can really just sit and relax and get a good study day done. So, Merriam's definition of mental health is feeling comfortable about oneself, positive feelings about others, and the ability to meet demands of life. So, a regular running regimen facilitates good mental health. So my second to last benefit I will discuss is the social benefit. A well-known running club called The Running Room is a Canadian business, and it's also a family-owned business. And it provides excellent knowledge in running and the training, as well as provides wonderful social opportunities. So in our community, you can go to The Running Room for free on Wednesdays and Sundays to go for a run. And these runs are for everyone. They're for moms with babies and strollers. They're for elderly people who just walk. And you don't have to run. But really getting together with that positive atmosphere. Everybody's releasing their endorphins and feeling great. And the best part of it is that you can be there for free. So the social benefit is meeting new people and being part of that atmosphere. But it also leads me into what I feel is the most appealing thing for all of you in this room who may not go for runs all the time. It is extremely affordable. And I'm pretty sure every single one of you put up your hand for runners. So that's one cost done and gone. Going for a run around your neighborhood means that you don't need to drive anywhere or buy any sort of membership to a sports activity. You just got to throw in your runners and go for a run. So those are just a few benefits that I wanted to touch on. But a couple negatives, my negatives, and my reasons why sometimes I don't want to go for a run, I'd like to share with you. And if anybody else has any other negatives, I'd really like you to bring them up in the question period so I can justify how you need to go for a run, and they don't mean anything. So my top 3 negatives when it goes to running is, first of all, injuries. Second is just having another preference. And third is what I call simply lazy dislike. So, first of all, in any sport that you do or any activity, there's a chance of injury, no matter what you do. If you do the wrong form, you could twist your back out, or if you don't have the right equipment, you can eventually hurt yourself. But we all learned how to walk when we were quite young, therefore we know how to run, and the form of running comes to us naturally, so we don't have to worry. But there are chances of injury, especially with prolonged running. On physioroom.com, there's top 5 injuries when it came to running. So 1 is blisters, 2 shin splints, 3 is runner's knee, and 4 plantar fasciitis, 5 is Achilles tendinopathy. So these injuries are preventable. I have shin splints and I have runner's knee, but that's from previous injuries from playing basketball. So I do believe they are preventable by paying attention to your body, making sure that you aren't going too hard and too fast right off the bat, and also stretching is really important before you do go for a run. So also to add, most of the injuries are more common in people who are over 40, but I can speak for my mother who does run with me and who ran in our half marathon, that she just paid attention to her body and she had a regular running regimen and she didn't overdo it, so it helped preventing those injuries. So my number 2 negative thing or option other is having just a different preference. So going to the gym, or joining a sports team. Number 1, going to the gym. They have those funny things in there called treadmills. So you pay to go and run inside next to sweating people and breathe in that stale air, which is pretty gross. So you have the choice to pay to go to the gym, or you can just simply go outside, breathe in the fresh air, not have anybody around you who smells, and just embrace the outdoors. And also joining a sports team. Now, I keep thinking about golfing, and not thinking about Christian, but I keep thinking about golfing, and I was going to say there's not a lot of sports teams where you walk. I mean, you're running in most of them. So, other than golfing, you can choose to just simply go for a run and not have any other responsibilities or, once again, people around you. Keep it simple, keep it nice and relaxing, and focused on just going for a run. And the third, and my most favorite one, is simply lazy dislike. So I get lazy, as I'm sure everybody else does, and I just don't want to go out for a run. Most of the factors that contribute to this are the weather and just how I don't want to go. So for the cold, if you think it's too cold outside to go for a run, you shouldn't really worry about it, because in 2 to 3 minutes you will be wishing that you did not wear the 10 layers to go outside in, because you get really warm quite fast. And as for the warmth, which the summer was where we trained, so we did run in pretty intense heat, but it's a really good excuse to not have a really serious run. You can relax, you don't have to have any expectations. Also, you get to work on your tan. And third is you get to sweat out the toxins that are in our bodies. Especially in the summer, we choose to do more fun things that include toxins in our bodies, drinking. And so the next day, when you're feeling a little under the weather, and I know it's probably one of the hardest things to do, but if actually going out for a run, you do sweat out the toxins from the night before, and you feel a lot better. So now that we have those out of the way, I would like to finish up with talking about goals and rewards of running. So running gives you ample options for goals. You can run for a certain amount of days, you can run a certain speed, you can choose to do harder routes, and just make it a goal to get through it. I believe that the goals are endless in running. Goals in life create something for us to look forward to. They aren't just words on a piece of paper. They eventually become accomplishments. Something to be proud of. And I believe that running can do this for all of us. Determination is key, though, especially if you're training for an event or even just trying to accomplish these goals. To stick with it, you succeed. You just got to stick with it to succeed. And the determination of seeing the finish line is a huge motivation for me to get out and run, and you too get to your goals. So the rewards of running, other than the health, is a sense of accomplishment, feeling proud, and to definitely have something to brag about. So today I've covered the benefits, touched on some of the negative things of running, and the importance of goals. My goal today was to share my knowledge with you and to open up your eyes to a different avenue of exercise and convince you that we can all benefit from going for a run. So the next time you think about going to the gym or paying for your membership and driving there in your very expensive gas and car, just don't go. Put on your runners, go outside, and run around the block. And when you get home, you will instantly feel the rewards and the gratification of choosing this for your exercise. Thank you. Questions?
Do you usually run around your neighborhood?
I do. Actually, I never really joined the running room. I always run around my neighborhood. I do Westwood a lot. Gets really muddy over there though, so I choose to run outside generally on the cement. But then my shin splints, the shin splints for me is an issue with running on the cement, especially. But new runners, you're only supposed to run for a certain amount of kilometers in your runners. So that's kind of an issue with me running on cement. But yes, I do normally run around my house.
What do you do for increases of safety? Like if you go by yourself when you go running at Westwood, what kind of things do you do?
I have pepper spray that I carry with me. I also carry my phone when I run, which is kind of annoying. But when the Monkey Man came to life, I wasn't allowed to run around Westwood by myself. My mom wouldn't let me. And my mom actually runs with me a lot, so we do that together. It's kind of our thing to do. But pepper spray. And I run fast, so. And you also have to have an exit strategy. So I like running when there's boaters because I was also a swimmer. I was a competitive swimmer for years. And I don't care how cold it is. If I'm running away from Monkey Man, I need to jump in the water and scream and help. And always got to find your exit for sure. Back.
Have you done any research or looked into the benefits of those shoes that are not wearing shoes?
I haven't looked into it very deeply, but it is becoming more and more popular to run in, basically bare feet. The slip-on shoes, it's about feeling the ground. Most people run in bare feet over in Australia and stuff. There's a lot of people who just don't wear shoes. A lot of people find that it's a lot more natural and they can almost prevent injuries more by going that route.
I'm actually reading a book right now that's pretty fascinating about a tribe in the mountains in Mexico.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's amazing, and they run for days on end without stopping, and they don't have the injuries that North Americans do.
Yeah.
And they've actually attributed a lot of the injuries to the types of running shoes and stuff that we wear.
Mm-hmm. I just have to go to Clayton first.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how long are you supposed to run into runners for then? You're saying
There's certain, what I can recall